Hello and welcome to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. It is DC TV's coverage of Media Day leading up to the Division III Super Bowl between Dartmouth and Melrose. I'm Paul Santos. Happy to be with you today here on DC TV. That's right, the New England Patriots, they do a great job in kind of rolling out the red carpet for all the teams that'll be playing in the Super Bowl in the days leading up to the actual game. They have a Media Day. They have a chance for the players to chat with each other, have a nice breakfast, meet with the officials of the MIAA. A lot of great festivities going on here at Media Day. Let's check it out.
I'd like to start out my comments today just with a huge congratulations to all of the teams in the room on the success of your season. This breakfast has been established by the football committee to accomplish a couple goals. First, to recognize and celebrate your achievements over the past year in reaching the state championship round. And secondly, to program the state championship games for success. To take care of as many details as possible today to help plan and help you prepare for your teams, your schools, and communities to have a positive and fun experience here at the stadium on Saturday. To put things in perspective, there are 12 schools that are represented here today. 12 out of 22 teams who won sectional championships over the past few weeks. 12 out of 144 teams that qualified for the MIA football tournament at the end of October and beginning of November. And 12 out of 289 football teams across the state that are represented by more than 300 high schools in the MIA structure. Again, only 12 teams are here today. It takes a true team to get to this point, and that's why we've invited a team of representatives from your school to be here today. All of you have played a role in the success of your team and the successful experiences you've had on Friday nights and Saturday afternoons throughout the past season. Principals, athletic directors, head coaches, captains, cheer and band directors, cheerleading captains, you've all played such an integral part in your school's experience, and we're so happy to have you here. It's an exciting time for your schools and communities. They've supported you throughout the season, and they'll be here again on Saturday. They'll be here to see you play in one of the best football venues in the country, an opportunity to play in the home of champions. And with the opportunity to play in this home of champions comes a responsibility to play like a champion and to act like a champion as well. The phrase "do your job" has become famous through this stadium, and that really applies to what you will be doing on Saturday. Doing your job and also looking at the responsibility you have, the sportsmanship and respect for your team, respect for your opponent, respect for officials, respect for the game itself, respect for this facility as well. No matter what the result, win or lose on Saturday, every person here has so much to be proud of in their accomplishments throughout the past season. And as you look around this facility and this home of champions, you can tell it's a first-class facility run by a first-class organization. We're guests here, and it's our collective responsibility to take care of every detail to ensure a positive experience. From the moment you arrive on your buses, to your pregame warm-up, your introductions, the game experience itself, post-game handshake, post-game award ceremony, and ultimately your departure. Every move will be scripted, and there are many people who have worked very hard throughout this stadium to make this opportunity possible, and who will be involved throughout the program today, and will describe some of these details that I'm talking about. As we begin the program, I'd like to thank Mr. Kraft and the Patriots organization for the opportunity to host these MIA championship games here for the 9th consecutive year. It is an unbelievable experience and something we're very, very grateful for. I'd also like to thank the Gillette Stadium staff Phil Buttafuoco, Abby Phelan, Jeremy Smith, all individuals who will be involved throughout the days and who you'll hear from and work with today. And also the MIA tournament staff, tournament directors Barry Haley, Bill Burkhead, Joe Doyle, Jim Bergenholtz, who have worked diligently throughout the past months in order to get to this point here in the tournament. At this time, I'd like to introduce to you the chairman of the football committee of the MIA, Mr. Jim Pignataro, who is also the principal at Grafton High School, to give you a welcome as well.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the state football committee, I'd like to offer my congratulations to all the teams that have reached the state championship game. Your efforts and hard work have resulted in you competing at the highest level in the state. To the coaches, thank you for your leadership in working with these players. Your time commitment to your plays and program is appreciated. To the principals and athletic directors, thank you for providing the opportunity for your student athletes to participate in all co-curricular activities. And to the players, please take the time to thank your coaches and administrators for helping you reach this great achievement. Also, enjoy the moment when you step onto the field at Gillette on Saturday. This is an opportunity that many will never achieve, and you want to make the most of it. I hope that everyone has a great day on Saturday, and I wish everyone the best of luck. Congratulations. Thank you.
I'm definitely going to be brief today, as I usually am, because I get the pleasure of introducing someone special in a minute. But first of all, I'd like to thank all the folks at the MIAA who put in tireless efforts, not only throughout the football season, but throughout the entire year, to bring a high level of energy and dedication and excellence to every high school sport played in the state of Massachusetts, and in particular today, to the football championships. And in particular, I'd like to point out Peter Smith, Jim Pignataro, who's spoken to you already, Barry Haley, Richard Pearson, and Bill Gain, and all the folks who work directly with them. Additionally, I want to credit each of you people in the room, the players, the coaches, your family, your friends, your administrators, the amount of time and effort that you put in really from the day you were born to be able to play in the championship at Gillette is truly awesome. And there's a lot of people like to say around here, you do your job and you have done your job. But I like Bill Belichick's end to that. It's not just do your job, it's do your job well. So do your job well on Saturday, and you'll all leave here as champions, regardless of who wins on the field. So with that as background, on behalf of the Kraft family, the Patriots and Gillette Stadium, I want to extend a warm welcome to all of you today. And we're specifically excited to have you in our new Optum Field Lounge. It's a perfect backdrop for the kickoff to your championship week here. And we can't wait to have each of you back here on Saturday. My one piece of advice for you logistically, you're all going to hear a lot of information today about things to do and what to prepare for. But particularly the players and coaches, all you have to do is worry about getting here on time. If you get here on time, the rest of it will take care of yourself. So worry about your preparation, worry about your game plan, worry about getting healthy. And between the MIA, the Gillette Stadium folks, and everyone else involved here, we'll do our job to make your day as seamless as possible. So now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest speaker. He's known to all of you. I'm fortunate enough to have him as a co-worker and a friend. Without any further ado, I introduce Patriot Hall of Famer and NFL Hall of Famer, Andre Tippett.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
You guys are getting fired up because I am jacked. I sound like Pete Carroll up here. This is that special time of the year. It really is. And, for you guys, man, it doesn't get any better than this. I think you've heard so far what's in store. I want to welcome all the new faces here for the first time, and I want to say welcome back to those who've been here before. Those who've been here before put the groundwork in, and everybody knows what's expected. So it should be a pretty good Saturday, and I can't wait. I'm telling you, if I could, I'd probably ask one of the coaches if I could gear up and play with those guys, but I'm a little too gimpy right now. I want to say thank you to the MIA. You guys continue to do a great job in what you do in policing athletics in high school in the Massachusetts area. Can we give the MIA a nice round of applause? Now this week, for all you guys, this is all about those off-season conditioning workouts. This is about putting in an extra time, the running. This is about doing an extra conditioning run during practice. This is what Coach has been trying to instill in you guys. And I see some cheerleaders here. I found out the cheerleaders are here for the first time. Is that correct? Yes? Captains? You also are to be commended for the work that you do and the support that you guys do on the sideline. And that is not to be taken lightly. And thank you guys. I had a cheerleader. I actually have two cheerleaders in the family, my baby girl and my middle girl. My middle girl was a cheerleader here with the Patriots for 3 years. So you can only imagine how I was as a father, trying to keep the players away from me. But getting back to what it's all about, and as I said, I love this game. This is a time of year that high school football is still special to me. 40 years later, without football, I'm not here. I'm not standing here having an opportunity to speak to you guys. And I value that opportunity that I got 4 years ago. And I was very fortunate to be around some great people that led by example in so many ways. I'm going to ask you, Captain, something at the end of my talk. And the reason why I say that, I had role models that you dreamed about. My coach, Frank Verducci, put the 4 years that I was there at the high school, he sent 7 of us to D1 schools. And the 7 of us, 5 of us went to the University of Iowa, and the 5 of us served as captains at the University of Iowa. So the precepts, the concepts of what football is about, team winning, all of that stuff was carried on with all of us on to the other places that we made a few stops. And obviously, what I did in the pro level was just a added extra that was developed at the high school level. When I say this to you guys, I can't say it enough. Everything that you are, everything that you will be, is based on what you're doing in your football careers. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm 55, and I'm sure some gentlemen in here that are a little bit older, but I relate back to all of the concepts and the precepts that were taught to me and everything I learned on the gridiron. What we learned from football. Now, my teammate Pete Brock gave a great speech last year, and I don't know if I can beat that, because it was great, because you have to know John Hanna to know Pete Brock. And Pete tells the story of how John Hanna convinced him to play one more time. And he would talk to him throughout that game, Pete, can you go one more time? And when I heard that, it took me back to, again, as I like to say, what do we learn from football? Obviously, great leadership. You guys got great support systems. You got your schools, your communities, and your parents. You got your teammates and their unselfishness and people who can be counted on. You got guys that have ownership of their behavior. Basically, that's short for accountability. High school football is a foundation, as I keep talking about that and pulling that out, it's a foundation that I was able to pull from on my journey through college football and at the pro level. My journey, when I say this to you guys, wasn't a whole lot different than you gentlemen that are sitting up in here today. And I will tell you a short, quick story, because Raymond Berry is in the back of my ear and he says, Tippy, short stories make for long friends. So I'm getting to that part. It's okay to laugh about that. Freshman year, I got grabbed by some classmates. They said, come on, they got a JV tryout. Come go with us. I got my school clothes on, so I got a dress shirt, slacks, sneakers. Had no idea what they're talking about. Didn't play football until I got to high school. 2 weeks into this trying out JV football, I get cut. And a whole transformation takes place. First of all, I realized that this is something that I love. And that up to that point, I had never done anything athletically, sport-wise. And I got cut. And the two guys that grabbed me made the team, and a week later, they quit. So two things happened. I understood and learned a fast lesson about being rejected and being told I wasn't good enough. And then the other thing, the two guys that grabbed me who no longer became my friends because they quit and they took a spot that could have been mine, pissed me off. So I took that year to watch the team, go to the games, and I saw some phenomenal things that were happening at my high school. I grew up in Newark, New Jersey. I played at Barringer High School. My coach was Frank Verducci, not to be mistaken with his nephew, Frank Verducci, who's at UConn. Everyone thinks he was my coach, and I'm like, yeah, think about the age difference. A little bit different, you know? But he's a nephew of my high school coach. And as I said, I was told I wasn't good enough. Sophomore year, I'm determined to make the team. I'm going to make something happen. I see guys that I'm trying to emulate, great football players. Long story short, 1975, we win the state championship. We go 9-1-1. Everything was great. I get an opportunity to play. I'm seeing football at the highest level of what it's supposed to be like. And at our football banquet, I'm sitting there, and I'm admiring all the great guys that had played, guys that set the tone, guys that led by example, and we get our rings. So on the ring, obviously, they're nothing like some of the rings some of you guys have now. I don't even dare bring it here because it would probably embarrass me rather. But on the ring, it had pride, character, and desire. Something that I used the rest of my football career. And when I read that, I thought about what it meant. I talked to the coach, who to this day I have a relationship with my high school coach like you cannot believe. My son finally got an opportunity to meet my high school coach and have a whole conversation. His wife cooked dinner for us, and my son, as we were driving back here to Massachusetts from New Jersey, he looked at me and he said, man, Dad, I finally believe all the stories that you were telling me. I could not believe it at the time, but he had a great appreciation like I had for the man I love so much. So with that being said, going into my junior year, that was a blur. We didn't get it done, didn't do what we were supposed to do. We didn't live up to the expectations. There were guys, as I said to you, that were great leaders. We had guys like Charlie White, Cedric Shaw, Reggie Ashford, Salvador Garcia, Herbert Williams, Herbert Smith. These were guys that just got it done on the football field. Prentice Walker, I wanted to be Prentice Walker. I wanted to be him so bad that I took his number when he left. I took the positions that he played, and I tried my best to emulate the things that Prentice Walker did. Senior year, we get a little bit better. We understand a little bit better what it takes. 1977 state championship at the Meadowlands, the first time they've ever had a high school game at the Meadowlands. 37,000 people in attendance. It was a record attendance. Nothing like in Texas or Florida, California, but still it was a big deal for us in New Jersey. We came up short. But what we did, we brought a community together, we brought school pride together, we had so much support from the alumni, from our parents, from just people seeing the things that we were doing. And it was the hardest loss that I had ever taken in my life. It was so bad, Coach had to talk us all off the ledge because we felt like we had let everyone down. But here's the kicker too. This is probably one of the greatest life lessons that I had learned playing for Coach Verducci. Because he pulled us aside and he sat us down. And he just rambled off, as he does in a soothing manner and a way of making us all feel special. And he just said, hey, look, you guys have found and learned a very valuable lesson. And one, talent is not enough. You need to work harder. 2, failure is only the beginning. 3, take a hard look in the mirror. 4, embrace your identity. 5, ignore distractions. 6, but use them for motivation. 7, hold yourself to a higher standard. Imagine us 17-year-old, 18-year-old young men hearing this, getting this lesson. But we were so far ahead of the game, and we understood the importance of winning and losing, and more so winning than losing. So as I close, I want to ask you captains, as I said earlier, I want to ask you this one simple thing. Did you set a good example? Did you set a good example? Think about the young guys that are behind you guys that are coming up through the programs that you're at. How many of them want to emulate who you are? How many of them want to emulate who you are? You cheerleaders, how many of the young girls that have popped one level that want to come up to the high school level and do what you guys do? What kind of example have you set? And the reason why I say that, you never know who's watching you. I watched Prentice Walker. As I said, I talked to Prentice yesterday and I told him I was going to bring his name again. He said, oh my God, Tip, you're still killing me, you're embarrassing me. But to this day, with all the greatness and all the things that I was able to achieve, I still go back to the high school level and the success that I had there and the things that made me the man and football player that I am today. So I say to you captains, what kind of example did you leave behind? Because you never know who's watching you guys. I want to thank you again for the opportunity to speak to you guys. I want to say good luck to you guys on Saturday. I want to say, man, enjoy that moment because it's never going to happen again. I don't know where most of you guys are going to be going at the next level. Doesn't matter. Only thing that matters is Saturday is here. Make yourself proud, make your team proud, make your parents proud, make your community proud. And good luck to all of you guys. Thank you for having me.
Happy to be joined now by Patriots Hall of Famer and NFL Hall of Famer Andre Tippett. He's also the Executive Director of Community Affairs now with the New England Patriots. Hey, this is a great thing that the Patriots do, allowing these high school football players to play here. Your thoughts on that?
Oh, man, I tell you, this is a great opportunity. I still talk about my experience growing up in Jersey and having to play at the Meadowlands for the first time, and it was cool. Got an opportunity to talk to Robert Kraft when he was starting this new stadium, and I said, you know what? It would be a really great opportunity to have high school football here, high school state championship games. And he looked at me, he said, you think the kids will? I said, they would be ecstatic. And ever since then, it's because of him and the vision of helping these kids finish up great careers. We have the state championship games here. It's an amazing opportunity for these kids.
Well, I really enjoyed hearing your speech about how when you first came out for football, you never played before until high school. You got cut the first year. So it's amazing. People think, wow, a Hall of Fame NFL player actually got cut. But the lesson was about the perseverance.
Oh, absolutely. It was all about the perseverance. It was something that, I was ill-prepared. Didn't know. Guys saw me. I guess he's big enough. Grab him. Let's go. Come on, we're going to go out. And didn't know what was going to happen. But in the interim, I found out that I enjoyed being out there, and when I got cut, I was like, whoa, this is over with. So I used it. I used it for good energy, positive energy, and I made the best of it, and I live to talk about it now.
I know you had a chance to come down to Dartmouth to present our Dartmouth coach, Rick White, with the Coach of the Year last year. That was a great thrill for the people of Dartmouth.
Absolutely. That's another opportunity that we've had to honor high school coaches in the area, and we try to do a broad scope of different areas and communities and teams and levels of football, and just to honor the high school coaches because they all do a great job. It's getting harder and harder to coach this game and to motivate the players, and And the ones that do well and run their programs the right way, we like to honor them. And not saying, people don't run their programs right, but we have an opportunity to kind of recognize them and give them that little special recognition. So it was an honor for us to come last year and promote Coach and honor him.
I don't want to let you go before I ask at least one question about your stellar NFL career. Obviously, to make the NFL, to play in the NFL, to have success in the NFL, here with the Patriots and so forth. I mean, what are your memories of being an NFL player and playing here for the Patriots?
It was probably one of the greatest moments in my life. It was goal setting. And, as corny as it may sound nowadays, at the high school level goals, college level goals, pro level goals. And at each level, I was challenged. I stepped up to the challenge, and to play 12 years in the National Football League, there were so many great players that challenged me to do well and play well that I had to come and not just show up and walk out on the field. I had to come and play and compete, and I learned to compete at a very high level, and it was an amazing opportunity that I never took lightly.
Well, we appreciate you taking a few minutes out to join us here for the fans of Dartmouth on DCTV. Thank you again, and keep up the good work with these high school football Super Bowls.
Thank you, guys, and good luck to you guys on Saturday.
All right, Hall of Famer Andre Tippett joining us here on DCTV, now the Executive Director of Community Affairs for the New England Patriots.
The 3:30 contest is a rematch of last year, the Indians of Dartmouth High School and the Red Raiders of Melrose High School. It is heads.
Okay, Dartmouth will be the home team. Wear the dark uniforms, be on the east sideline, use the Revolution locker room, fan sections 104 to 108, band section 104. Melrose will be the visiting team. Wear the light uniforms, be on the west sideline, use the UMass locker room, fan sections 110 to 114, and band section 114.
Good luck, guys.
Happy to be joined by one of the captains here, Chris Martin. I know, Chris, you were here last year. What's it like to be able to come back 2 years in a row, play the Super Bowl at Gillette Stadium?
Something out of the ordinary. You don't usually see that a lot, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be another good game playing same team, Melrose rematch, with some of the same kids we played last year. It's going to be a good game.
Talk to me a little bit about last year's team versus this year's team. Obviously, a lot of the same players, some different players. Obviously, a great team last year, great team this year. Anything different about your experience this year as a senior?
We're similar in a lot of ways, but this year we're different because we're a lot closer than last year. We were close last year, but this year we're a lot closer, and I feel like with a good bond, it creates a better chemistry.
I know it's always fun when you're having success out there, 25 touchdowns on the season. I know you're always crediting the offensive line, the play of the team. What's it like to go out there and have the success that you've had this year for the Dartmouth Indians?
Going out and having success is obviously fun. Winning's way better than losing, but it's just great playing out there with all my brothers.
Obviously, last week, that big win against Milton. I mean, it doesn't seem like it matters to Dartmouth what type of team you face. You can have a wide-open team. You can have a grinded-out power team. Indians always seem to adjust to whatever they throw at you.
Yep, well, that's really what you have to do. You work hard throughout the week to prepare for that team and what they run. So you get kind of new looks every week, and you have to just focus on what they're doing and just work hard in practice.
Last year was a 14-7 win for Dartmouth against Melrose. Obviously, those guys are coming back this year. They must be thinking, oh, great, we got another crack at Dartmouth. We'd like to avenge last year's game. What are your thoughts going against their team? Obviously, another great team from Melrose.
They're another good team. They're a ground and pound team. They like running it a lot, which we just went against a team that threw, so it's going to be difficult practicing this week against a run team. But that's I like our defense against run teams more than passing teams, so I think it's looking good.
All right. Hey, congratulations on what has been a great career and a great success this year for you so far, and good luck in the Super Bowl.
Thank you very much.
All right, Media Day continues here at Gillette Stadium on DCTV. We're happy to be joined by the cheerleader coach and some of the cheerleaders that are going to be with us here on Saturday. So let me start with the cheerleader coach. You are?
I'm Rebecca Braga.
And obviously it's a great thrill for you ladies to be coming up here and cheering on the Dartmouth team. What has this ride been like for you guys?
Oh, very exciting. Just following these boys. It's just been 2 years in a row. So exciting to be on the sideline cheering them on.
I know there's a lot of preparation that goes into doing the cheers and things like that. Tell me about that.
We practice probably as much as the boys do, working on all different types of skills, tumbling, stunting, girls flying through the air, just so that they can look good on the sideline.
All right, and you are?
I'm Sabrina Cussin.
And are you a senior, junior?
I'm a senior. Yep.
Right? And you're going to be cheering out here at Gillette Stadium on Saturday.
Yeah,
What is that like?
It's going to be so exciting. It was definitely so exciting last year. It's going to be great to see these boys play again, especially the same team.
And you are?
I'm Tara Bourgeois.
And are you a senior, junior?
I'm a senior, yep.
All right. And you are?
I'm Audrey. Kudo.
Junior or senior?
Senior. Yes.
Well, tell me about your thoughts on coming up here to Gillette Stadium and being able to cheer the Dartmouth team right here on the same field that the Patriots play on.
It's awesome. It's such an experience. Like, we watch these games on Sunday night, and it's like you get so excited, and now we get to be a part of it. It's just the coolest thing ever.
So what's the preparation like for you guys, getting your cheers ready and your presentation? Because I know there's a lot more to cheering now than there was a few years back.
There is, much more than you would think. We practice a lot, practice as much as the boys. We do stunting, cheers. We're working on a cheer to do at one of the quarters, I believe, for this game. So we're working really hard, and we're really excited. We want to look good for this game.
All right, tell me about your thoughts coming up here.
I'm really, really excited. I'm excited for the boys. They've worked really hard for this, and just cheering for them is great. They appreciate it. So just being here supporting them is always nice to have them win.
Well, you guys have been, following every game, and then it's like, well, this is a tough team, they beat them, and then the next week is another tough team, and they beat them, and it just seems to be going on and on, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited that it's a rematch, too, because it's, I don't know, I feel like there's, past history. I don't know. It's exciting for them. I'm excited.
Well, ladies, everybody's excited. We wish you guys all the best on Saturday. We're going to be watching the game, but we'll be looking over to see what kind of cheers you guys are going to be doing, and I'm sure you're going to have the Dartmouth crowd whipped up into a frenzy.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us here on DCTV. It's the cheerleader coach and some of the cheerleaders joining us here on DCTV. We'll see you Saturday. Next up on Media Day here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough is none other than one of the senior co-captains, Matt Craig. I think we've referred to him as Mr. Clutch a couple times. Always seems to come away with a big play. Let's start with the fact that you guys are back again at Gillette Stadium playing here in the Super Bowl 2 years in a row. What is that like?
It's unbelievable. I can't believe we came here. I never really thought we'd be here 2 years in a row, but we definitely filled spots from last year, worked hard during practice, worked hard in the offseason, deserve it, be here again.
Well, I know in that last game, Milton, you had the opportunity to make a very nice touchdown play in the corner of the end zone. You also had the kind of one-handed circus catch. Talk a little bit about the touchdown. I mean, when you look back at that game, people are talking about the second catch, but the first catch for a touchdown, not a lot of room behind the defense there. You managed to bring that in. What happened there?
Well, the kid was playing inside on me, so we knew we had the corner, and coach trusts me, so he gave me the shot. And it meant a lot because the kid beat me for a touchdown the play before, so it was like a battle thing. Like, I needed to get him back, so it was a big play, definitely.
I think the coach had even said, hey, you missed that one, but you're going to win the game for us,
Yeah,
right?
he did tell me that. He told me that a few times, but yeah.
And then, of course, the 4th and 5 play, the one-handed catch. I mean, I know it was all instinct, but what was going on there?
It's just big play, go through it just a little bit outside. It wasn't a bad throw, though. And I don't know, maybe a little bit of luck, but I just stuck my arm out there, tried my hardest. Game on the line, season on the line. I had to do whatever I could to catch it.
So now a rematch against Melrose, obviously a team that you guys beat last year 14-7, very good game. Of course, from their point of view, they must be thinking, oh, great, we got to go back there, we got to avenge that loss. What about your approach to this game?
Our approach is just do what we've been doing all season, defensively, stop the run. The secondary has held up just as much as we needed to. We need to keep going on defense, offensively, just keep blocking, do our jobs, block on the perimeter, and be ready because they're going to be coming out firing from last year's loss. They're going to revenge that, so.
People keep talking about this Dartmouth defense. Obviously, the offense can do a lot, too, a real diversified offense, run the ball, throw the ball, and everything else. But the defense, I mean, you look at that Milton game, 4 times you prevented them from scoring in the two-point conversion, and that really turned out to be a difference in the game.
Yeah, that was the biggest play of the game. I mean, if they scored all of them, we would have lost, so definitely huge.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck here against Melrose. Another chance to represent Dartmouth in the Super Bowl here at Gillette Stadium. We wish you all the best. Good luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you.
Joined here now by the Dartmouth Athletic Director, Jeff Caron. Jeff and I go way back to the days of Durfee and Chris Herron and all that stuff. Haven't had a chance to interview you in a while.
Right, it's been a long time. I've been doing this for many years with you.
Well, here we are at Gillette Stadium, obviously the second year in a row for the Dartmouth football team to come back here and participate in the Super Bowl. A lot of excitement in the school, I imagine.
It's been fantastic. I mean, even just the community, the amount of people that come out, it's got that real old-time feel. The community really rallies around, even before the state championship. It's a community event on Friday nights, and I think this has just, made that much bigger.
As the athletic director, obviously your thoughts going into this rematch with Melrose. It should be a very interesting game. It was close last year, only 14-7, and of course they're looking to avenge last year's loss.
Sure, it makes for a great storyline. It's nice to see. It's nice to have that rematch. I mean, it's always nice to see a new opponent, but I think it does bring that other element to the game, and they want it that much more. And we'd like to see it repeat, especially for the guys who maybe didn't play as much a bigger role as last year. Now it's their turn to play that big role on Saturday.
All right, well, as the athletic director, we wish you all the best on Saturday. Bring home another one.
Thank you very much.
Next up on our Media Day interview, it is one of the other co-captains of Dartmouth. It is Sean Smilek, doing an outstanding job both offensively and defensively for this Dartmouth Indian team. Unbelievable, 2 years in a row to be able to come here and play in the Super Bowl. Amazing.
Yeah, no, I feel like the experience last year definitely helped us this year. We knew what it would take to make it back, and I mean, it's exciting to be back. So I'm glad of what our team accomplished this year so far, and hope that only gets better.
It's hard to tell how a season is going to progress, but as the season went along, I mean, did you kind of get the feeling at some point that this team had a shot to come back?
Yeah, no, we were playing really fast come the second half of the season. We put up a great fight against BR, and I mean, the New Bedford game was a great game too. We were going back and forth with them to end up on top too. That was kind of like the point where we realized last year, and the same thing as this year, where we could have a run at the state championship again.
I know you play on both sides. We'll talk a little bit about the Dartmouth defense. So stingy, giving up very few points during the course of the season, even withstanding the wide open offense of Milton. Doesn't seem to matter what kind of offense teams throw at you. Guys seem to adjust. Why is that?
It's just how we're coached. Our coaches do a great job of kind of making sure everybody knows how to do the job and what the job actually is. Milton did a great job against us. They were a really fast team, which kind of caught us off guard. But once we got caught up with their speed, we did a great job of stopping them, holding them off at the end to make sure our offense could get up on top.
Well, I was talking before to one of your teammates about the two-point conversions. 0 for 4 in those two-point conversions. That was the difference in the game. I mean, did you guys pay extra attention to try to stop them on the two-point conversions?
We did practice a lot of goal line that week. We knew that they were going to pass or run 50-50, so we were expecting either or. But, yeah, during the game, I mean, we just went hard on the goal line every play, made sure we played with no regrets, and yeah, luckily we stopped all four. I wasn't expecting that, but we did a great job. Everybody did their job, and that was the game changer in that game. So we did very well on the goal line.
Well, talk to me a little bit about offensively. You're one of the down linemen up front. You're doing some outstanding blocking down there with some of the other teammates. Obviously, Chris Meyer with the 25 touchdowns. You got Jacobson running the ball really well. What are you guys doing down there that's really helping the running game for Dartmouth?
We had a lot of new guys step up this year, like Aiden, Colin McCabe, Nate DeMello, and Nick Marks. And what we were able to do, we were able to come together as a group, and it helps having Cole and Chris back there in the backfield. They can work with any hole. I mean, the play might be hitting left, but there's a hole right, and Chris is able to find it, so that helps us out. We work hard for Chris. Chris works hard for us, so just a team effort overall.
What do you like better, defense, offense, or about the same?
This year, it's about the same. I mean, I just like being on the field, but years past I would say defense, but this year, I mean, I've definitely had a blast on offense. I like what we run as an offense. I like how we block and stuff, so it's great to have Coach Rossi back. He did a great job this year with us.
Well, obviously a rematch against Melrose. You guys beat them last year 14-7. You know they're coming back here and they're thinking, boy, we really like to avenge that loss last year. What's your approach going to be in the Melrose game?
Yeah, it's going to be a high-intensity game. They lost last year. I know they're going to do everything they can to prevent that from happening again, but we've also won, so we know what it feels like to win. We're going to want to win again. It's going to be motivation for each team. It's going to be a high-intensity game, but we're just going to have to prevent the mental mistakes from happening, which we had in the past, no fumbles, and we're just going to have to play hard and make sure we play Dartmouth football.
Well, congratulations on this year and what's been a great career of high school football, and we wish you all the best in this year's Super Bowl.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Next up on Media Day at Gillette Stadium, it is the head coach of the Dartmouth football team. Of course, that is Rick White. Well, Rick, coming back 2 years in a row, I mean, who could have predicted that? It doesn't get old, that's for sure.
No, this is incredible for our kids and our school. Just a great day in Foxborough. In the field lounge here, it's very difficult to get here, so we can appreciate it as we arrive today, how special it is here.
Well, you got the full breakfast. They kind of roll out the red carpet. Get treated like a VIP. It's not bad.
No, one thing we learned from the Patriots organization is this is a first-class operation. Doesn't matter who's in the house. They're gonna treat you with respect. It's class act, and the logistics second to none. You know.
Well, speaking of a first-class team, right? You have the Dartmouth Indians. Great year this year, obviously coming together in the, particularly in the second half. When did you think that this team might have a chance to at least make a run at another title?
Well, I think probably after the New Bedford game, we were able to hold a pretty athletic team and beat them and hold them to 20 and, just kind of went on a roll from there. I thought, we had a chance of beating Bridgewater. I thought we played well against Bridgewater. We were on the other end of it, but, that was a game that said, we're close. We're close. We got a little more work to do, but if we keep grinding, I think we'll get it done. And the kids really bought in at that point, and, we finished the season real strong.
Defense, of course, has been something that people have talked about all season long. It doesn't seem to matter what type of offense the other team throws at you. We saw that with Milton. You held your own against Milton, ended up winning the game. Do you guys work on this, adjusting to what the other teams are going to throw at you?
Yeah, we have totally different game plans every week for the team. It's a week-by-week thing. Some game plans are similar. Mike Martin does a great job preparing our kids for just knowing what's coming. And he puts in a tremendous amount of work from his end, preparing every single play that the other team runs, and we run them in practice. And so by game time, there's very little play, very few plays that our kids have not seen at least once in practice. Obviously got to make the plays when it happened in the game, but he prepares them real well for that. So, I think preparation's the key there.
Well, in the Milton game, obviously, you saw something a little bit different with them, the spread offense. In the end, they scored 4 touchdowns. Dartmouth scored 4 touchdowns. But how about 0 for 4 on the 2-point conversions? When you think back about it now, the difference in the game.
Yeah, our kids are pretty good in the red zone on defense, but it's a tough place to stop people 4 times in a row, and we talked about it. Even if they get 2 of those 2-point conversions, they would have beat us by 1 point. But so now, they got to make those plays, and if you don't have a kicker, those are some huge points. It really are. Potentially 8 points there. So, we have Caulfield to kick, and we're just going to kick the ball when we can. Try to get those automatic points.
Hey, offensively, you guys do a lot of things. Running with Martin Tisdale. You got the quarterback going in that last game. They're really seeing they open things up. You got the passing game. Do a lot of different things there, and I would think that makes it tough for other teams against the Indians.
Yeah, we have a lot in. I mean, you're in game 13, so we have a lot of stuff we haven't even run yet in games, and probably Chris is the reason for that, but we do always have plan Bs, and we're able to open the game up in different formations, go out of empty sets, and we have it all in there. We just, kind of pick and choose what's working that day, and, if it's working, we're not changing. So.
All right, we have a rematch here against Melrose. Last year, you guys defeated them 14-7. From their point of view, they have to be thinking, oh, great, we have a chance to go in there and avenge the loss from last year against Dartmouth. Let's go get Dartmouth. What's Dartmouth's approach going to be against Melrose in the rematch?
They're going to be hungry. They're going to try to take it away from us. They're undefeated, so they haven't lost any games this year, and for a reason. They're very similar to us offensively. They're going to pound it down your throats, and then defensively they're going to be very physical and not give up the big play. So, we're very similar teams, and pretty much. Obviously the players are different, but the schemes are very similar to last year, and. I think it's the team that makes the less mistakes is going to win this one.
Well, congratulations on what has been a tremendous season so far, and we wish you the best of luck in the Super Bowl.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Rick White, the head coach of the Dartmouth Indians, joining us here on Media Day at Gillette Stadium. The coach is absolutely correct. The team was really treated nicely here. They brought everyone up. There were speeches from the MIAA, discussions about protocol for the game. They had a nice breakfast for everyone and a chance to come on the field and talk with media and really enjoy the morning here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. Really a testament to the Patriots having this set up for all of the high school teams throughout the state. There are 6 different divisions that are going to be playing in the Super Bowl, and of course Dartmouth will be playing in Division III against Melrose. Well, that's it from Gillette Stadium for our Media Day coverage. For DCTV, I'm Paul Santos. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.
Thank you.